that changes sinners, TV station for the oppressed, TV station for the hopeless. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, station uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. It is God's own television, TV station that changes sinners, TV station for the oppressed, TV station for the hopeless. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, station uniting the world.
New day filled with lots of golden opportunities. So I urge us all to grab all the opportunities today has come with and make it a memory for ourselves. Welcome to today's episode of Morning Star Breakfast Show on Starcross Television. I am Stella Tabot. I won't be doing this. I am here with an elegant and a beautiful presenter, Sister Aja Charles.
Yeah, my name is Aja Charles, but you can call me Adjacent. And I think I was on your screen yesterday. It was a wonderful day, and I'm very delighted to be here today again. Okay. You know, to discuss very topical issues. You know.
Okay, Sister Aja Charles, how was your night?
My night was my night.
My
night was fine. My night was fine. You know, working people. We came back yesterday all tired. You know, Friday is the last day of the week,
yeah.
And you know, but for us here in the headquarters, the work never ends. You know,
Definitely.
God works never ends.
Yeah.
So we keep working till Saturday, Sunday, Monday, like
and
that.
then the aspect of meeting lots of characters, like
Oh
different
my
sets
God.
of people.
So you have to deal with all of that. You have to get your people skill on points and on peg, you know, to be able to meet up with these different people. And then, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Oh my God, I was so tired. I legit slept with my work clothes
Whoa,
on.
I can imagine.
Yeah. So, but it was a good night. We slept well. I woke up this morning and I knew I had to be here right before, you know, our wonderful viewers to talk. What I do for a living, you know. So, but it was a wonderful night. How about you?
Wow, mine was stress-free. Yeah, because
Is there any night that's actually stressful?
Yeah,
stress-free.
Stress-free.
Okay.
I said stress-free, please, because I had I didn't have much work doing yesterday.
Okay.
So I slept a little bit late, but I woke up quite early. So I think I still have some time to rest my eyes a bit. So yeah,
I can imagine. And this question also extends to you, our wonderful viewers. How was your night? I hope you slept well. Any dreams, vision, prophecy, testimony, anyone that you have, share with us so that we know the way forward as we go on with this. But I hope you did sleep well, and because we awake this morning, that means our Father has performed the very first miracle of giving us life. The gift of life is not cheap at all.
Not at all.
Because every day you wake up, you hear bad news. People are dying. People are sick. People are, oh my God. But then you look at yourself. You have slept. Even if you have little, to
Yeah.
nothing. You had slept and you awake in the morning with no serious issues. You're good, basically.
Yeah.
So for that, I think the Father deserves all praises, all thanks, all honor. Name it. Father deserves all the
Yep.
accolades because of the gift of life which He has given to us. So what do you plan for your day today, Stella?
What's my plan for today? Okay, after leaving the set, I think I don't have anything much doing.
I wish I
don't
was
have,
you.
don't have anything much doing
I
today.
wish I was you.
You know, today is Saturday, so I
Yeah.
just have to, when I get home, do one or two things, keep the house in order, and then just personal stuffs, you know. So
Well, for me, work.
wow, what
Yes.
continues?
Yeah, work continues. After now, we still work. But for you all, I believe that today is your resting day, and you should get that much needed sleep. You know, the stress can do a lot to you.
Oh.
You could fall so sick, and you don't even know that. What you really need is rest. Rest. Stress can give you fever. Only stress will give you headache. Only stress you will have stomach pain. Only stress can disorient you a lot. So in that busy schedule,
Yeah.
just find time to rest your head. Sleep, very necessary.
In fact, that long pending malaria that has been there for a very long
Yeah,
time.
stress can go and
Just-
dig it out, bring it out, and say,
You know?
this is me.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's advisable that in as much as no matter how busy you are, you make time to rest your head, you make time to ensure, because health is wealth. When there is life, there is hope. So not the way you hustle, where you need to over hustle to the point that your health is deteriorating. So try your best to rest, because me, even if I'm working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there are days I just wake up and say, you know what, work, rest. I can't do it anymore. If I go today, I go mad. You know, and I'll just say, you know what, let us sleep. Let's
Okay.
sleep. And I'll just sleep. And even when they come in, I'll turn on my phone and say, you said today, we rest in this house. We're not doing anything. But so it should be prioritized.
Yeah.
That we rest. Well, today we have a topic, right?
Mhm,
Tell us
yeah.
about it, please. I don't want to do all the talking.
Okay. Today's topic is a well garnished topic.
Yeah.
But you know what? I can see the suspense on everybody's face. So we're gonna go on a very short break, a very short break. So when we come back, we'll talk more, like deep, on this particular topic of discourse. Stay tuned.
There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. It is God's own television, TV station that changes sinners, TV station for the oppressed, TV station for the hopeless. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, uniting the world.
Welcome back, beloved viewers of Starcross Television. It's still your girl here, Audrey Charles and Stella Tabot here on the Morning Star Breakfast Show. Earlier on, we have just been talking about how our night was, how we slept. If you're just joining us, you should skip back to that, get a good laugh, because to laugh is a very necessary thing, so you don't get ugly. People that don't laugh, they're ugly.
They have wrinkles.
Yes, they grow old fast, they have wrinkles. So try to laugh. So go back to that conversation and laugh with us. Now, before we went on that break, we said that we have a topic of discourse today. You know one thing, when Adji Charles is on the set, we are either learning or nothing. It's either learning or not. It's either cruise, learning or nothing.
Oh, wow.
So today we're here for the cruise, we're
Yeah,
here for the learning, and we're here to entertain you, we're here to educate you, we're here to inspire you as to what Starcross Television stands for. Today's topic is drum rolls, drum rolls. Drum rolls.
I can't see the suspense.
Oh God, today's topic is education. Yes. You know, when we talk about education, I know a lot of people will be like, what do they want to say that I don't already know? My dear, in every single thing that you know, there are thousands of other things in that particular thing that you don't even know. So at every given point in time, education and knowledge is very necessary. Even what I'm doing right now is a form of education. I'm educating you. So if you do not know that, I don't know what else you know. But anyways, today we are going to be talking everything about education, what education is, essence, importance, how it relates to church, school, name it. We are going to be dealing with that today. This conversation is very important to, for you. That's why I encourage you to stay tuned to your mobile devices and also stay glued to your TV screens, as you do not want to miss anything we're going to be discussing here today. So Stella, tell me, what do you think about the concept of education? Because I do have what I think education is, and then there is actually the dictionary definition of education. So, but I don't really like dictionary definitions because I feel like they don't really tell the entirety of the story. That sometimes you check up a topic or a word, right? And it gives you a definition. Meanwhile, that particular word is like so diverse by the time you go to study about it, and it's not being captured by the definition. So I would not want you can use the dictionary definition, but I would want you to tell me from your own perspective, like what education is all about.
Okay, from my own perspective, education is just simply the process of learning.
Okay.
Yes, it's an act of learning. You know, people think education is all about when you sit in the classroom, you learn from your teacher and all of that. No, it's a no-no for me. Education is, like we said, everything starts from, like when you're talking about the formal education or informal education, it first starts with where you grew up from. Like your parents, your parental upbringing, and then all of that before you even consider going to school. And you can even learn from the church as well. So education does not necessarily narrow down to just being a student, just being in your classroom, learning only from your teacher. You can learn from your colleagues, from your friends, everywhere. Like the saying goes, we learn every day. Each passing day, we learn a new thing. Even though you don't learn anything new in a particular day, you should ask yourself a question, because definitely you meet different set of persons, different people with different mentality. You may have a particular mindset concerning a particular topic, and then when you meet someone else to discuss that particular topic, you get to know that what you actually know you don't know much concerning that stuff, because you definitely are going to learn something new from that person you're discussing with. So education does not necessarily mean you must have to go to school, you must have to learn from only your teacher alone. So that is what I think education is all about.
Well, from my own perspective, I like to look at things, you know, from the eye, you know, the lens. So from my own perspective, I think education is just the transmission of knowledge. From one person to the other. Every single time you get a new information, there has been knowledge transmitted from that person that has given you this information, or that tool, maybe magazine, YouTube, whatever platform. But it just, I feel like education just, in simple terms, is just the transmission of knowledge from one person to another, from one tool to another. Is just the transmission of knowledge. Now, a lot of people would say, why would you say that? Why would you say education is the transmission of knowledge? You know, I believe that learning is a continuous process. Like we said, we established the fact that there is nobody that is above learning. You know, but we're growing up in a society where a lot of people feel like they have arrived. If I leave all these things that people will come to you and be like, oh, I learned a lot. That's a lie. Sometimes I say my principle is you can learn from anybody.
Anybody.
It doesn't have to be your teacher. It doesn't have to be somebody older than you. Sometimes even the smallest child could teach you a lesson. Something once knowledge is passed, once a lesson is learned, once there is learning, it is education. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I would say as adults and as growing young adults and full-grown adults, we should try to open ourselves up some more to assimilating, because sometimes when we see situations where maybe a younger person happening in seminars, right? And in that seminar, somebody that you don't even expect will come on stage, and you see people say, if not this person, waiting won't contact me again.
Just like that.
You've
already concluded that you're high. There's nothing for you to gain from that
wherever
person.
you have that kind of mindset, there is nothing that person is going to come and say to you that would enter.
Yeah.
There is nothing that person will come and say, oh, I want to. You be like, what are you saying? Meanwhile, if you listen with rapt attention, you're going to understand that there are certain things that person knows that you don't even have an idea about.
Definitely.
You don't even know about. So sometimes this takes us not to undermine anybody's intellectual capability.
Yeah.
Nobody is supposed to undermine anybody, because what I know, maybe I'm seeing it's like a two-sided coin. I'm seeing this end and you're seeing from this a different perspective. Somebody standing there can see 6 is 9. Somebody standing here can see 9 as 6, right? It's just different perspective. So we should always like open our minds up to learning and to getting new knowledge. I know that there are a lot of our viewers out there that when they come on Starcrest TV and they see a certain face, they're like, you know what? There's nothing this person's gonna tell me that's new. Do you understand me?
Yeah, I get your
It
point,
happens a lot. Like I've been with someone that tuned into a channel, and then he saw a particular person, and he said, "There's nothing this person can." I said, "Leave it."
Wow.
Do you get me? I'm like, "Leave it."
Wow.
Leave it.
Let's just running
watch.
down, you know.
Yes, let's just watch it. And at the end of the day, when the person finished, was like, "Wow, I didn't know this person." I was like, "Okay, so what if you went past?"
And he actually got it.
He got one thing or two.
Okay.
So we should always open. The message we bring to you this morning is that we should always open our minds to learning and assimilating and getting new knowledge. One thing that nobody can take from you as a person is your knowledge. They can decide to, maybe in school, they steal your notebook, but the person cannot come into your brain and say, all the things that you know, Stella, have collected it from you. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
I get
So
I get
sometimes we should like invest in knowing new things.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of takes us to like the different types of education.
You know, before you go there, I think knowledge does not just basically have to do with just we humans, like the transmission of knowledge, just like you said. You know, we can learn a thing or two from everything in our surroundings, like animals, all the spreads.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's a transmission of knowledge, because we can learn from tools, we can learn from animals, we can learn from anything. Anything whatsoever. Sometimes you can just see two animals, they'll display like an art, and you'll be like, oh, so maybe I'll put this into practice, and it would work. You know?
Yeah.
So that's what I keep saying. Like, my point today and this morning to our wonderful viewers out there is that we should invest in getting new knowledge.
Okay.
No knowledge is wasted.
Definitely.
No knowledge is wasted at all. You know, when we talk about the types of education, if you ask me, I think they are just formal and informal. I know that people say there is non-formal, and I say, but non-formal and informal is.
And when they say there's non-formal, how do they categorize it? What do they categorize under the non-formal?
So formal is the one that has been gotten from the four walls of school.
Okay.
Yes, school, teaching, university institution, where that's where you get formal education.
And then
informal is the parents are bringing, and then non-formal is like extra knowledge that you get maybe in terms of adults, artificial intelligence, and people relationships that you learn from people, maybe education like health talks and all of that. Those are non-formal. But if we want to look closely, I don't think that there is a need to separate informal from non-formal. But for the sake of English, of course, Yes, yes. You know me now. I would always, for the sake of English, let's just go with what has been said. For informal education, I used to say, not everybody is book smart.
Book smart.
When we say
Underlined.
book smart,
Okay.
I'm saying not everybody is formally educated.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
you know, there are people that are in school. They are
Okay.
not dumb, but
Yeah.
there are people I really think should end in primary 6. They shouldn't stress themselves to go to the university.
Okay, I get that point. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if you understand what
I get that
Now, I'll
point.
say,
Okay.
not everybody is book smart.
Okay.
You know, it also like takes us. I keep saying certain topics are very much interrelated. It also takes us to the informal education.
Okay.
Sometimes we have parents that have children, and then we have the child that is smart, takes first in class, A's, and
Okay.
then we have that child that is struggling
Yeah,
with
struggling, yes,
academics.
yes.
So when I say the person is not book smart,
smart.
that means the person is not academically smart.
Okay.
But then there are people that are not academically smart. It's not a bad thing not to be academically smart. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't see it as a bad thing.
No, it depends.
You
though.
might
Yeah.
you might not be academically sound, but you are sound in other ways.
Okay.
You have passion for other things, and those things, if you acquire a non-formal education for them, you are going to excel far more than you do in the academic field.
Yeah, it's true though, but like considering those persons or those kids that are not academically smart, let me use your word.
Yeah.
You know, in the society we find ourselves, some persons think if you're not a graduate, if you're not in school,
The
if you're not a
certificate is
student,
necessary.
hey, it's very, very necessary. And you see them, and even their parents will be like pushing them. No, not all parents. Some of them will just
Would
be
just let
with
them in.
lashing them, like telling them what's your use. I'm just wasting my school fees. My money on you and all of that. So in the aspect of those kind of children who are not academically smart, just like you said, skills.
Yes.
They can be very, very good in skills, like acquiring skills, one or two things for themselves.
I think that's the duty of like the parents to look
yes.
out for that. That's where the informal education comes.
Yeah.
I feel like as parents, we should teach our children to be confident in their abilities. On no account is it right on any level for you to mount your child, because
Okay.
trust me, you do not know the challenges
Yeah,
these
yeah,
people
sure.
are going through. I'm a person that, I want to use myself for an instance.
Okay.
I'm a person that I don't think I would come to my mom and say, Mommy, I'm struggling with this, or Daddy, I'm struggling with this.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I prefer to deal with issues by myself.
Okay.
I don't
That's
know
a
if you
good
get
one.
what I'm
Yes,
trying to
I
say.
do, I do.
So even if I'm going through stuff in school that will probably cause me to come down in my grades, I might not be able to come and meet mom and dad and say, this is what I'm going through.
Okay.
So it will pain me that I go to school, I'm struggling with so much, and I'm still trying to get good grades, and I come
Okay.
back with the little one I've managed
And
to
then
get.
there's still-
And then, you know,
Hey.
we have families where nobody says it's wrong to encourage a child that is academically smart. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Nobody says it's wrong to encourage a child that's academically smart. Maybe we see homes that if you take first position, okay, it's you that will get the biggest share of food for one
yeah,
week.
yeah.
Those are a kind of encouragement.
Encouragement.
Maybe to the other children in the family that are
Not
very
academically smart. Yes.
academically smart.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know how much that can help this child.
To me, I don't think it helps anyway.
Okay, why?
I really don't think, because though to some extent it may, but on the other way around, you're trying to make the other person who is not smart you're trying to look down on the person's capability or ability.
I don't even say, I won't use the word look down. You're creating a rivalry that you don't even know.
Okay, that's the right word to use, because enmity. You're trying to create enmity
between your children.
Yes, it's true.
So to an extent, they will feel like, because I don't know book, Mommy is always favoring this person.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're saying it like, I'm favoring this person
So that
to
you
encourage
can, yes.
this person.
Yeah.
You know, but to that person, to that child, she's not seeing it like that. And growing up in that kind of environment I'm not saying you should not reward this one that has, but sometimes your child just needs that little accolade.
Okay.
Just needs that little push, that extra push. push.
Okay.
I don't know if you get what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say.
I do,
So
I do.
even when she is not performing well, you should be able to call her, baby, come. Learn to call your children sweet names, sweet names.
Yeah, just like what the
Yes,
father said during
yes,
children's
yes.
fellowship.
You call them, oh baby, how are you doing? How is school? What did you get today? Okay, let me see your book. Okay, let me see
Meaning
your
you get to
results.
know their challenges.
Yes, get to know their challenges. And then let me see your result. Okay, you see their book result. You'll be like, wow, wonderful. Maybe Ada, wonderful. You took first. What did you score? And she looks down in shame and tells you, Mom, I scored 15. I took 15th out of 20 people.
Wow.
I'm just using for instance.
Okay.
And then you see the mom say, you have coconut head. You have no.
But you know, to some extent, scolding that child in front of the other.
It's
might-
that
yes.
as a rivalry.
Yes,
Like you're just I don't know, you're lighting the matches to something that will explode in the future. So I think the best way to go about that is to clap for the child. Tell the child, okay, last time you took 16th, this time you took 15th.
Yeah, you mean you're stepping up.
Wonderful.
You're
Yeah, that means you're
stepping
stepping up.
Okay.
So how about we do this? We go like this, we read like this, we do like this, and let's see if next time you come up.
Now,
Trust me, next
okay.
term when that child comes up, even if it is maybe 15 this term, next time she now have 14.
It
The
means
joy she would have coming back home to you to say, Mom, this time around, see, I got it higher.
you know. You know, that takes me to the story of Ben Carson. I don't know if you've heard of Ben Carson,
yeah.
the popular neurosurgeon in
Yes,
the world.
yes.
Yeah. Yes, you know, Ben Carson was one of the dullest students then, back in
Yes,
his days in school.
yes.
But his mom took it upon herself to groom them,
Encourage.
him and his elder brother, groomed them, took them on tutorials, make sure they study. They had to cut down the level of their watching cartoons, watching
and
this and
everything,
that,
yeah.
and here all their playing time. They had to cut it down. Not until when Ben Carson answered a particular question where nobody in class was able to answer. That was when the teacher was like, wow, is this actually Ben Carson?
Yeah.
Even when he raised his hand up to answer the question, his colleagues or classmates
Did
were
not
like, no, not this one. But when he actually answered the question, they were like, wow, what happened to Ben
What
Carson?
happened to him?
Just like that. And that was what
But
actually gave...
at the same time, there are children that no matter how much you teach them, that's why I said there are people that are just not academically
That's
smart.
funny.
No,
That's
I'm
funny.
not joking with you.
Okay.
There are people that are just not academic.
Okay.
I don't think that's a problem. We should all try to and strive to understand our capabilities and
Okay.
try to progress based on these capabilities.
Okay.
See, that's how you don't know bouquet. And then you enter university.
Mm-hmm.
At a point you say, you know what?
Mm.
This is not for me.
And, oh, even
I'm
you
wasting,
yourself.
yes, I'm wasting money in this school. Okay, what do I like to do? If I like to sew or I like to design, I say, okay, instead of using this money I'm using to pay tuition for school that I don't even like, and let me use it and go and get a non-formal education.
Yeah.
Let me go and use it and learn how to sew properly. And you start sewing.
And
You've had the
you do very
basics.
well there. You go.
Yeah, I say to people that are not really book smart, I say the only thing you really need is your after secondary school certificate.
Okay. Okay.
No, I'm that way. Like I try to take situations very
The way they
very,
are.
Yeah, the
yes,
way they are. I don't whine you. So I have a lot of people that will come to me and be like, Sister Aja, see what I want to go and do in school, and I'll look at you. And I say, are you ready for this answer I'm about to give to you? And they'll be like, yes,
just
yes.
say it,
I said, no, because this is be paying you.
You know, at that point in time, you're not trying to do it to
I'm
please
not
the
trying
person.
to do it. I'm trying
Yes.
to tell you because
To be real.
I've watched you.
Yes,
you
yes.
know, I know your abilities, and I know what you see. People that are below average wanting to do courses like medicine,
Okay.
she gets
Okay.
wanting to go for engineering, wanting to go for like serious courses.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you cannot do it. If you put your mind to it,
Yes,
you can always do
You
it.
can.
But I will still tell you that what you want to do is just based on your determination. But if you know that you are just doing that course because you want your village people to be happy,
And maybe your
or
parents
your
are
parents
actually
to be
pushing
happy,
you. Yeah.
or people around you to see that, oh, I'm doing an important course and everything. If you're doing it for that reason, then you should drop it. I will tell you.
Yeah.
Totally. You know, that is the entire purpose of education, you know, apart from the knowledge of, you know, the formal knowledge and the non-formal knowledge. Education helps us so much in character building. See, and educate. They say that people that school pass through them,
Yeah.
and they're the ones that pass through
school. Okay.
Do you understand what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say? But if you are educated, there is how you will behave. You know, sometimes you can even depict somebody that is not very much educated, from
Educated.
somebody that is educated.
Yeah.
So that's why I always advise. I say, as much as you can, try to get your secondary school,
Okay.
so that you have that certain level of exposure,
Okay.
that certain level of awareness. No matter how hard it is, try to get your secondary school.
Okay.
And then after secondary school, you decide to, you know.
So okay.
You
So
move
now, do you say you're using the secondary school as like kind of a criteria or a measure, like to measure those persons that are not academically smart, like?
Well, for me, I don't like generalizing because
Okay.
I like talking from my perspective
Okay.
of things and how I reason and how I see things. I don't use secondary school. It's my basic evaluation, right?
Okay.
When someone comes to me and say, Aja, this is what I want to do, and I see that you don't even have passion for this thing you're doing. There are people that really want to know how to cook.
Okay.
Do you get me? And they come to me and say, oh, after secondary school, I want to go and do nursing. Please, why are you doing the nursing when cooking is your
Okay.
your
Your
front?
call, yeah. Okay.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And in that case, I'll tell you, you've had a secondary school education, right? You'll be like, yes. I say, at this point, I don't think you need to pursue that. Instead, go to a catering school.
Catering skill, yeah.
Go and get a certificate from a catering school.
Okay.
And forge ahead. There is so much more to education than trying to prove that you are sound academically.
Okay. Okay. Now let's narrate now to this particular
Angle,
angle. Now, in a situation where some students think, okay, like you're in secondary school, right?
Yeah.
And then a particular teacher flocks you often in a particular subject. You know yourself, you're not very good in that subject, and then whenever you fail, that particular teacher always flocks you and flocks you and flocks you. Now, to you, you're thinking the teacher is punishing you. And then to the teacher, he or she is thinking he's trying to groom you up to be better in that subject.
I don't know who flogging has ever helped.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, do you know I'm asking that?
What?
When I was in my nursery school, I had he was actually my Sabbath teacher then.
Yeah.
He
You're
took-
mentioning.
Yeah, no.
You're trying so hard not to.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying so hard not to. Yeah, you're right. So on a particular course, mathematics. Oh, I hated maths when I was in nursery school because of that particular teacher. He doesn't want to hear that Stella failed maths. So on that particular basis, like whenever he writes, he picks his chalk to write, mathematics is on the board. Ha!
Your heart will sing.
Gosh, in fact, at that point, my mind is no longer there. Like, I'll be thinking, when he asks me a particular question, will I be able to answer? If I don't answer, what will be the outcome and all of that? So because of that, that fear of learning math is always there.
Yeah.
Like, to some extent, my dad will even notice it that, Stella, you're not really good in maths, but I know you're very, very good in other subjects and all that.
yeah.
But when I actually passed out from the nursery school and then went to secondary school, I began to love maths because of the approach my math teacher used then. So now I'm asking, narrow it down to that particular angle. Is it actually, yes, very good to flock a child or student when they're not good in a particular subject?
See, when we talk about transmission of knowledge, it's not by force.
Okay.
I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. See, anybody that doesn't want to assimilate, if you like, carry this person's head and hit on the wall,
Okay.
nothing will come in. The person will not understand anything you were saying. The person will not, just like what happened to you. At that point, you didn't just have fear. You had something else.
Yeah.
You just said,
just
you know
had-
what, to help with this teacher.
I just had phobia for math.
Yes.
Immediately he
That was
picks his
fear.
chalk. Yes.
Now, I also had similar experiences while growing up. In fact, in my secondary school, at the point I stopped doing computer.
Okay.
She didn't pick on me or anything, but she always like talked me down, and she made me feel like I was nothing. And I don't like feeling that way. Even as a growing child, that was one of the things I knew about myself, that I do not like feeling like I'm not worth it.
Okay.
So, but she made it a habit. If she comes into class, she will pick on me from the beginning of the class to the end of the class. She will talk about all the things I'm doing wrong, never looking at the things I'm doing right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what, this woman, take your course, you're your own. I wasn't scared.
Okay.
I legit didn't attend her classes anymore. especially in our senior secondary when we had to choose courses.
Okay.
Our secondary school, they said, you must write computer. I said, you know what? I'm going to take tourism. I've never studied tourism.
Right.
I'll do tourism.
Just because of
just
what
so
I-
that
yeah.
I am not affiliated with that.
Okay.
So sometimes education, no matter how much you try to force it on somebody, you cannot force it except this person is willing to
Okay.
assimilate,
Okay,
to
now.
take it. So
Okay.
it's not nobody will ever help. So I
Right.
think for teachers, they should try to, as much as possible, and put themselves in the child's shoe.
Okay.
You know, try to. There are many ways to do this thing. English language has many ways. Mathematics, there are many formulas. There are many angles you can use to approach a question.
Mhm.
So if this one doesn't work, try this one.
Okay.
You know, and try to understand where the child is coming from.
Okay, now
And
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we've done justice to the formal
Education.
Now let's now fall back to the informal education where our
Yeah.
parents are involved.
Yeah.
Okay, now should I ask, scolding a child when let's say he or she does a particular thing right, you know for sure that he does or he or she did that particular thing very right, and then instead of you encouraging telling the child, oh, thumbs up, you really did well, and then you'll be like, ma, this thing you didn't really do well, you're supposed to
still
do it
look
this
for an
way,
excuse.
and you look for an excuse. To you, maybe you'll be thinking you don't want the child's head to be swollen and the child will be feeling
no, there is nobody. This is it. It's the same thing with the formal
Formal,
education. Yes. So I said in the formal education that we should try our best as teachers to
Okay.
encourage our students as much as possible. That's the same thing with.
Okay.
I'm not saying that maybe the child doesn't know you should call the entire stadium and still standing ovation.
Okay.
No. But if a child, anytime your child does something right, make sure you clap for that child.
Okay. Do you know
Make
what
sure you appreciate that child. Let the
Child.
child know that, okay, mom appreciates me.
Okay.
Dad appreciates what I'm doing.
Did you know I asked that question?
Why?
I'm always using myself as an
As an
example.
example,
Yes. You know, I grew up basically with my dad. So he taught me how to do so many things. Like for instance, ironing trousers. I'm very good at that. So there was this particular time whenever he's going on weekends, my mom was not like with us because of her work,
Yeah.
where she was transferred to. So whenever he gives me some pairs of trousers to iron
iron.
her hair, I'll make sure I'll do them very well because he taught me very well. So I'll do them very well. But when he comes, he will be like, he has a pet name. He calls me. He'll call me like, you didn't really iron this place
This
well.
place.
This place, you didn't.
Meanwhile,
I will be searching. Where is that place? Where is the extra line I have added? Meanwhile, he knows I did everything very well. Do you know what he does? He'll now go back now and tell my neighbor, this is my daughter. She's always trying, she's always trying, she's
But
always
he
doing
has
this,
not
so-"
come to you.
Yes.
to tell
Yeah, and
you.
it's that my neighbor that will always come to me, this is your papa, this is your
They
father.
hype you,
Yeah.
but he has not, but at the end of the day, right? It's not bad to hype your child once in a while.
Okay.
Even with your student. In fact, any time you are in a position to transfer knowledge, and anytime you are in a position to give somebody something else that they don't have in form
Okay.
of knowledge or information, you should try as much as possible to put yourself in that person's shoe. Try to understand where that person is coming from. Try
Okay.
to get the person to assimilate this knowledge and information as much as possible.
Okay.
Because until this person assimilates this knowledge, it cannot be tagged
Okay.
education.
Okay, now I don't know if you can go to our
Yes,
YouTube
yes, let's
platform.
go
We
through
have comments from our viewer. So many persons' comments are here. Okay, now we have from the medical dispensary. Thank you, Father. Peace, love, and blessings
Peace
all.
and fire.
Perfect peace from the medical dispensary. And then from Gladys Onyebo, she says, good morning to you all. Happy weekend to all children of Abba Father the world over. Another from medical dispensary, in the name of OOO, true education accentuates and brings transformation of character.
Yeah.
Then another from still medical dispensary, positive transformation.
That is,
That
yes,
is.
yes. Like we said, you know an educated person from the way the person behaves. It
Yeah.
doesn't need to be formal, even informal, non-formal.
Yes,
you
yes.
just know someone that is educated.
Educated, yes.
Yes.
So from Gladys Onyebo again, she says, thank you, most wonderful Abba Father, for being our greatest teacher and advocate. Another from Gladys Onyebo, she says, very interesting and inspiring topic. Education is a great lot of package wrapped up in different dimensions, whether formal or informal. Thank you, Gladys Onyebo, for that contribution, as well as
Yes.
other contributors on our YouTube platform. more comments. We await more
We are
comments
waiting,
as well as calls.
more comment
Yeah.
as we go forward. At this point, we are going to be going on a short break as we have resource persons from the Health Workers Fellowship to talk to us today about their mandates, achievements, prospects, and the likes. As you know, it's still the August Pentecostal season, so please stay tuned with us as we bring to you the Health Workers Fellowship. Please stay tuned.
There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. It is God's own television, TV station that changes sinners, TV station for the oppressed, TV station for the hopeless. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. It is God's own television, TV station that changes sinners, TV station for the oppressed, TV station for the hopeless. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, station uniting the world.
Welcome back from the short break. Before we went on the break, we were talking on education as a topic for discourse, and we did justice to that. I myself, Stella Tabot, and
Aja.
favorite Aja Charles. So with here on the set with us is the persons representing International Health Workers Fellowship, who will be doing us the honor to answer a few questions pertaining to the fellowship. If you're just joining us, this is Starcross Television Morning Star Breakfast Show. So with us here are Christ Ambassador Clement Udoite, the co-chairman administration. Peace of the Father, sir.
Peace of the Father.
You're welcome to Starcross Television.
Thank you.
And then by my left is Divine Vanguard Olu Ekpezu, the International Secretary. Peace of the Father.
Perfect peace.
Welcome to Starcross Television.
It's a pleasure.
And then one who will be joining us on Zoom is no other but Bishop Enobong Udom, Akwa Ibom State Chairman, Health Fellowship. Peace of the Father, sir. Perfect. Peace of the Father, sir.
Okay, I believe he is hearing us, but network is sometimes
Network
a
is bad.
hindrance.
Okay.
With the Zoom platform, once again, welcome our wonderful resource persons. Today is also marking your interview for your August Pentecostal meeting. So we would like you to share with us your prospects, your achievements, what we should look forward to, seeing from the International Health Workers Fellowship. Well, we're going to start our questioning straight up because we have two other fellowships, which
Okay.
are the Abbas Fellowship and Crusaders Fellowship, joining us today here on set. So we're not going to waste much time. We're just going to go straight to our topic and questions of discourse for today. So earlier on we have been talking about education, right? And we touched various kinds of education. So how does education help the health sector in a country? That's how we use that.
In the name of our Lord, His Holiness, Olumba Olumba Obu.
Amen.
Through the power of our Lord, His Holiness, Olumba Olumba Obu.
Amen.
Now and even forevermore.
Amen.
First of all, I'll say thank you for the question. Currently we are in a digital world,
Right.
and anyone who is short of information is in doom.
Yeah, problem.
So I think a nation vested with education is a wealthy nation.
Yeah.
So in terms of health, if one is not vested with information, there is a possibility that blunders
Okay.
may
Would
be done.
occur.
Okay. Now, a quick one. There's this saying, health is wealth. Now, should I say, quote,
Yeah.
health is wealth, does it just boil down to the psychological part of a man, or it can be narrowed down to the spiritual aspect of a man?
Well, health is a broad term.
Okay.
It encompasses a lot of things together, including the spiritual aspect that you have just mentioned.
Okay.
We are very lucky that in our in the father's last address, even the father, gave, a definition actually of what
Of
health.
Health.
is.
Okay.
So defining it from that aspect, can say health is a complete state of physical, that include your physical well-being,
Okay.
include your mental well-being, and then your social
Okay.
well-being,
Well-being.
which can also be broken down to other sub. Like these three basically
Paramount.
are paramount.
Okay.
It has to do with every aspect
Okay.
of a man, of a human being. You being healthy in all these areas,
Okay.
then you are considered to be healthy. And if you are lacking in any of these areas, then you are not considered to be perfectly healthy.
Okay.
Wow, that's great. We all know that health is, broad, and it's very wonderful to hear from the father's perspective and that you have shared with us right now. So what would you say the essence of the Health Workers Fellowship is in Brotherhood of Christ Star, looking at the fact that this fellowship is one of like the newest fellowships the father has created in the fold? What would you say is the essence of this fellowship?
Well, to intercede there, Health Fellowship, I was
Okay.
looking, it's not actually a new fellowship. I was opportune to look at our handbook that is even in our old handbook.
Okay.
And you find out that even from the beginning, the father has always had Health Fellowship.
Okay.
Yes, and for some reason, it was simply not active again.
Sorry, was the name changed or it was the
name
same
was
name?
not, it was the same name, Health Fellowship.
Okay.
And so what the father actually did was just revitalizing it, bringing it back to function again,
Okay.
reminding us that, it exists and it is important in the kingdom.
Okay.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Wow,
We should write that down in history. That
it's
once
always been
upon a
Health
time.
Fellowship,
Yeah, that's wonderful. But I still think that question has not been fully answered. I want to know the essence. It was there before. That means the Holy Father had a reason
For
why
bringing it back, yeah.
he said there should be health fellowship.
Fellowship,
Then,
yeah.
the King of Kings, our Father, also has a reason why he said it should come back. It should be revitalized and it should, be brought back to function actively. So I would like you, to tell us more about like the essence of this fellowship in the fold.
Well, the International Health Workers Fellowship, in addition to what my chairman just said, was officially renewed, use that word, by the greatest physician,
Okay.
His Holiness Olumba Olumbabu,
Right.
3 years ago. So during the advice, that was during the Pentecost, end of Pentecost, August Pentecost to be precise, those mandates, he really asked the health family to was one, the family, members of the family or the family itself should ensure that BCS members are enlightened health-wise, giving a health talk during events, mega events,
Okay.
like all these week-long events, which we are on it currently. And also he mandated the fellowship to put up a structure which he will commission. That's the health facility, Mother Elizabeth Medical Center,
Okay.
which
Okay.
was done. And in addition, he gave them the go-ahead to see to the smooth running of the institution.
facility.
So currently we are doing it, though we know he is all in all.
Okay.
So we are only representative.
Yeah, to fulfill this mandate.
Okay. Now, so far so good. Within the period under review, like this time, to be precise, what are those challenges you faced as a body, as a fellowship?
Okay.
I know in every organization, definitely
there
there
is
must be
always a
challenges.
problem.
Yes. So, what are the challenges you faced as a fellowship?
First of all, um, you see, in a health community, most especially in the hospital settings, people run shifts.
Okay.
I may be on morning duty, you may be on afternoon. So these really have a negative effect. Let me use that word, a negative effect during our meetings. You may put up a meeting, this person may be
Working.
available at that moment, this
Okay.
person. So in that case, poor attendance
Attendance.
during assembly.
Okay.
Then secondly, financial constraint. Like a project, most people, due to the economy of the country, there are unemployment, there is an unemployment. So most people will be willing to do what others are doing, but due to the financial handicap,
Finances,
they
right.
can't do it. So I think those are the challenges. To really tackle this, the various arm of the fellowship, which span from the international, national, and the states, during our gathering, we try to ensure that people who are at the aim of the fair, who can really help during employment, should, as a matter of fact, try help.
Okay.
If there is an advert, no matter how the fellowship itself can come in, they should just notify us to try take care of the unemployment
Yeah.
part of it.
And at the end of the day, it's the Father that gives all employment. So we strongly believe in Him, and we believe that as you've also come to Starcross, as we have broadcasted, the Father would also, elevate all those challenges. So
Amen.
that, in future, when you come like this, maybe you'll be. Anyways, so going forward, the Health Workers Fellowship, I don't know, it's majorly prominently heard in the headquarters.
Yeah.
Do you have functional,
Subunit,
grassroots
yes, for the
structures
states.
or not? So I'd like the chairman to talk about that.
Yes, we do have
Okay.
nations, we have a welfare fellowship in Nigeria in states, most of the states. We also have welfare fellowship in nations, like in Ghana.
Teresa, you said welfare
Welfare or
fellowship.
health-
Sorry,
Okay.
International Health Fellowship. Actually.
Yeah.
We have health fellowship in nations also. We have health fellowship in Ghana,
Okay.
have a health fellowship in America, we have a fellowship in London. So yeah, we do have
So-
a health fellowship outside the world.
Okay, so how do you ensure that all these bodies are very functional and the information that there is a fellowship like the Health Workers Fellowship gets to the grassroots?
Oh yes, we thank the Father for the present age, of technology.
Right.
We have WhatsApp platform, we have Zoom platforms, and so with the help of technology, we are able to, hold meeting comprehensively.
Okay.
That encompasses or includes all our members in all regions, states,
Okay.
and nations.
Okay. I don't know if the person on Zoom can hear us now. Peace of the Father, sir, can you hear us? Oh, I think we still have network issues. Okay.
Can you mute and unmute yourself, please? So let's know if it's the muting
Yeah.
thing.
Okay, for lack of time, we still have to fall back to the persons we have here on set.
Yeah.
Okay, as a body, what's your advice to our beloved viewer out there? So many persons are actually looking up to this fellowship as it concerns health. Health is well.
Health
Yeah.
information, like
So-
you said earlier, health spans across like a lot of
Yeah.
fields. So in as much as we know that a lot of people do not know this, is the fellowship really doing something to ensure that people understand the real definition and how much health matters? And your final words to our wonderful viewers.
Well, yes, that is the essence of holding up outreaches that we
Okay.
do and health talks. through that means, we try to encourage the people, you know, of the importance of health. You know, health, as the Father has enlightened us, also our spiritual aspect also,
Okay.
apart from the physical and the mental aspect also.
Right.
So it is all encompassing, and that people should know this importance and try to, you know, come closer so that they can know more and know how to utilize it for their own benefit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now looking at evangelism as one of the core mandates, you know, the Father has actually mandated every fellowship to see how to tackle evangelism. Okay, so what measures have you actually set up to see how you can tackle evangelism in different states and see how to sensitize everybody to know that yes, this fellowship is actually doing the mandate of the Father?
The health fellowship actually has been able to, we normally, you know, in partnership with other, just as
Fellowships.
with other fellowships. Like today, for example, in the hall, we're going to be with the Crusaders Fellowship.
Okay.
Okay.
And so whenever they are going for, you know, field services, they, you know, we join them, you know, carry out outreaches in their places of operation.
Okay.
Even the Mercy Fellowship and other fellowships are like, you know, we partner with them, and it actually helps a lot because the health aspect of the evangelism helps to attract these brethren who otherwise would have find it difficult to come close
Right.
based on our, you know, public way some people think about brotherhood. But when it has to do with health, you know, they can overcome their fears, they can come closer, and that opportunity brings them closer.
Okay.
To the
And
Father.
so
Okay.
they can hear the Father's voice.
Okay, I don't know if you have something to say.
Yes, I really want to say this. You know, from the definition of World Health Organization, which he rightly mentioned from starts, everybody is a health worker, and our Father really emphasized on that during our last Pentecostal meeting. You know, if you are talking about the spiritual aspect, just like the evangelism, if you are not spiritually sound, that's part of health. So it means the spiritual children, the elders, the choristers,
Okay.
and a lot of fellowships are all health workers.
Okay.
But I think the Father, you know, he is the all-knowing.
Right.
Creating that body to stand separate from others, we are just there, like, as to me, see it as representative. Because, you know, if you want to, the psychological aspect of it, like you go to psychiatric setting, for instance, we have different types of treatments. It's not only chemotherapy, you know.
Okay.
We have like the psychological treatments. You sing, situation where you sing, a depressed patient will come out from depression. And maybe if you are depressed, you should have a person who you can fall back to.
Like a therapist.
Yes. So summarily, what I'm trying to say is that every fellowship in BCS are members of
Health
health.
workers
That's what it is from the
fellowship.
definition. Health.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
you're not wrong.
that's a nice one. Okay, should I say last but not the least? Okay, we are done with this particular quarter. Now we're moving forward to the next quarter of the year. I know we have pending projects, definitely. So what are those projects as a fellowship you tend to achieve come next quarter?
The medical fellowship actually has, for now, one basic agenda, which is the upgrading of the present facility that the Father has given unto us to start with.
Okay.
You know, right now the facility is like an infirmary, a sick bay.
Okay.
We do not admit. So the major, you know, program is to see is the possibility of making it to be a facility that can admit patients. You know, this will now increase the revenue for the facility
Okay.
and the awareness also. So for now,
Okay.
that is a major you know, project that we are looking at.
Oh wow, that is wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. It has been wonderful, getting to know what the Health Workers Fellowship is about. So now I can pride myself as a member of the Health Workers Fellowship. You will see me in your meeting. Anyway, to all our wonderful viewers out there, I hope you've been able to learn one thing or the other. Health is not just about, a headache, I have headache, I don't have headache. It's so much more. There is so much more to it, and I am very grateful that the Father has once again reinstituted the Health Workers Fellowship to do this. So whenever you hear that there is a seminar, please try your best to make good use of the opportunity, because this time around opportunity does not come but once, it comes like 5-6 times, because they would always be there during other fellowships, to give health tips. So always make good use of these opportunities. Once again, thank you so much, our wonderful viewers, and we apologize to our wonderful brother joining us. I don't know if he's a brother or sister.
Yeah, brother.
A wonderful brother joining us from the Zoom platform. We could not really hear you. That's why you couldn't join in the conversation. So maybe next time when you come to StarCrest Television, I'll personally interview you and you can get to talk a lot more about the Health Workers Fellowship. But for now, that's all we're going to be taking for the health workers while we wait for the other resource persons. Please stay tuned.
There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. It is God's own television, TV station that changes sinners, TV station for the oppressed, TV station for the hopeless. StarCross TV, inspiring station. Watch StarCross TV. Children of God shall be holy, shall be holy, shall be holy, they shall be holy, shall be holy. All the children of God shall be holy, shall be holy, shall be holy, they shall be holy, shall be holy. It was written about them to be holy. They shall be holy, shall be holy. As their Father Olumba is holy, they shall be holy, shall be holy. All the children of God shall be holy, shall be holy, shall be holy, shall be holy, shall be holy. All the children of God shall be holy, shall be holy, shall be holy, they shall be holy, shall be holy. Rundito abasi, eyen sana, mo eyen sana, eyen sana. Pante
I know my sheep knows my voice and will answer when I call. Though the world rejected me.
The Holy Father, His Holiness Olumba Olumba Obo, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, invites all creations of God to the Feast of Divine Fortification, holding on Saturday 27th and Sunday 28th August 2022 at the Universal Headquarters of Brotherhood of the Crescent Star and in all Pentecostal centers across the world. Highlights of events include special prayer by the children of God, special consecration exercise, moment of gratitude and spiritual investment, as well as the Holy Father's divine declarations and blessings to the world. All children of God are invited to come and eat and live forever. For more inquiries, please contact the event coordinators, Christ Ambassador Emmanuel Ekong on 0803 809 4553. Her Eminence Rita Kadwini Banga on 0703 497 0309. Beitra Krashapet Mesha Kokon on 0705 412 3937. Thank you, Father. His Grace Archbishop Akani Enelpan, Chairman, Planning Committee, Announcer.
Amikiso, ye kedem bufo.